Apex Legends Season 7 arrives this week, and League of Legends Wild Rift enters open beta in Asia. All that and more, my name's Ethos, and these are your top 5 stories for this week's Free-to-Play Weekly. Coming in at number 5, Destiny 2's latest Friday blog post talks about progression and economy of the game following the launch of Beyond Light on November the 10th. Once the expansion hits just a couple of weeks, the various power caps will be shifted upwards to 1,200, 1,250, 1,260 for the soft, hard, and pinnacle caps respectively. Everyone, even new players, will be at 1050 or higher once the expansion hits, and it will be possible to receive rewards up to the power level of 1250 from strikes, gambit, crucible, and season drops. That's not the most efficient way to gain power, but if it's all you want to do, there will be that option. On the loot side of things, all your materials from content that's going to be vaulted will no longer be accepted by vendors. You can still trade them in with Spider for a little glimmer, but the best suggestion is to spend them before the expansion hits. Speaking of Spider, he's going to have some changes to his inventory, notably the replacement of legendary shards and enhancement prisms. Bounties are also undergoing some changes to be replaced by a new mechanism that provides players with a set of non-expiring and account-scoped objectives each week. This system will be detailed at a later time. The season pass will remain largely the same, with one major change being the addition of Bright Dust. You'll be able to earn 7,500 Bright Dust from the free pass, another 3,000 from its paid pass, and 100 per weekly bounty. For all economy and loot changes coming to Destiny 2 Beyond Light, check out their This Week at Bungie post. And moving in at number 4, Cyberpunk 2077's most recent and, let's hope, final delay is having an effect on scheduling for gamers and game companies both. With CD Projekt Red's magnum opus now scheduled for a December 10th release date, one prominent developer has decided to adjust its schedule in accordance. Grinding Gear Games had planned on December the 11th as the launch date for their next Path of Exile expansion. However, with Cyberpunk 2077 release date being set just a day before, for now, GGG's Chris Wilson made the decision to move the expansion's launch into January. He explains his reasoning in a forum post last week, saying that the decision was made so that not all their players would be put in the position of having to choose between 2 games. Despite this extra time, the scope of this latest expansion won't be changed, a topic that Wilson addressed last week. The expansion will be finished on schedule in December, and in the intervening time, the developer will work on 3.14's expansion. To satisfy players who won't be sacrificing their lives to Cyberpunk in December, Grinding Gear Games will still have at least one multi-week event during that month. And moving into story number 3, last week, Riot Games rolled back a major patch for Valorant that was supposed to bring a brand new Agent Skye and a bunch of tuning for Sentinels and Initiators. The patch was meant to invigorate the game as its first big tournament series for Strike got underway. However, just a few hours later, Riot Games took the remarkable step of rolling back the entire patch, which was described on Twitter as a technical nightmare. The patch should be redeployed sometime this week once the issues have been sorted out. As Valorant's game director explained, the rollback only affects files that were added to the game. Any progress made tied to your account will remain. Now, of course, it's not a great look for any game to have their major update rolled back, especially when it's trying to draw the spotlight to itself for a well-publicized tournament series. But on the bright side, at least Riot was honest about these issues and took swift action to address them. But hopefully this won't be a pattern that will continue with future patches. And moving on in number 2, still in the Riot Games realm, you can finally play League of Legends Wild Rift, the mobile version of Riot Games' world-famous MOBA, but only if you live in certain parts of the world. The open beta for the game is currently available on Android and iOS devices for users in Southeast Asia, though Riot plans to extend the beta to the rest of the world in the coming months. In December, Riot hopes to extend the test to Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, Oceania, Russia, Taiwan, Turkey, and Vietnam. Services for America will kick off in spring 2021. Players in South Korea and Japan can use their existing Riot accounts to earn rewards, while players in other regions who don't have accounts can create them and accumulate rewards that will be handed out later this year. If you're interested, you can check out a bunch of things from a dev update from the developers, a gameplay trailer, and a really awesome cinematic trailer. And moving into number 1, your biggest story of the week, November's definitely been pretty crazy when it comes to game updates and brand new games, but on November the 4th, EA will be releasing Apex Legends Season 7 Update Ascension. This update is huge as it adds a new map, a new legend, and even a new mode of transportation. The new map, Olympus, is a floating utopia, a city built in the sky where the best and the brightest could gather to work together on scientific breakthroughs. The whole thing came to an end when an accident in a research facility resulted in a massive bubble of phase energy, forcing the inhabitants to flee. It later became a vacation spot because why not vacation near an unstable rift? And only recently it was evacuated again for a second time, and now it's the new stage for the Apex games. The season's new legend Horizon is an astrophysicist who escaped a black hole. And that's pretty much all we have on her. Her kit looks really cool. In addition to the content I've already listed out, the new season also adds clubs to the game, offering players a way to build their own little communities to play together. The new season will also see the launch of the game on Steam services, with any progress made on Origin carrying over. And that moves us to the question of the week. Let's actually dial it back a little bit to the Cyberpunk 2077 news and Path of Exile delaying their expansion for its release date. Do you think it was a smart move to delay the expansion, or do you think it wasn't warranted? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And these are your top 5 stories for this week's Free-to-Play Weekly. Don't forget to check out mmobomb.com for giveaways and the latest news. My name's Ethos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.